OOTD, outfit of the day. Some would even argue that your day didn't even happen without an outfit of the day photo. And it's true. How would the world know about your fabulous presence without a fire oots photo? Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. No, absolutely not. Nobody's gonna know. And you know what? It's incredibly selfish of you to keep all that beauty to yourself. But David, I don't have a friend or a photographer to follow me around and photograph me. Well, worry not, because today I'll be going over 3 different methods of taking fire oots photos all by yourself. The 3 different methods I'll be going over today would be a simple self-timer, second, a video, and then taking a screenshot of your favorite frame, and lastly, an interval selfie timer. Quick note before we get into all of this, I want to let you know that I'll be using a phone tripod this whole entire time. It really does make your life so much easier. I'll link the one that I use. It's nothing special. It's just a $20 phone tripod from Amazon, but if you want that one, I'll link it below. For the time being, if you don't have one or if you don't want to purchase one, you can get creative with your surroundings and lean your phone against different things. Many times I lean it against a wall or tree or a coffee cup that I have at the moment. Get creative and let's get into this. Speaking of being creative, if you enjoy learning about photography, posing, loving yourself more, embracing more of who you are, click that like button, subscribe, and comment. I know we haven't gone through the video, but I swear, I promise, this is gonna be a good video. So you might as well leave something now. Back to the video. So for the first method, we're gonna be using the self-timer function that is in our camera app. I use an iPhone. I'm pretty sure there's one on Android as well. This is gonna be the simplest method and something that we're most used to. I'm pretty sure you've had many times where you're out with your family and you wanna take a group photo, whatever it is, just plop your phone somewhere, 3-second, 10-second timer, and then pose, and then you go check the phone and then like someone says they don't like it, so you gotta do it again. So as you can see in this clip here, you can see me going back and forth, and that is one of the downfalls of this method. You're gonna have to keep going back and forth, and soon enough you're gonna start getting exhausted, maybe even frustrated a little bit of having to do that back and forth again. Something that's really important to me as a photographer, photographing my clients and models, but also photographing myself, is flow. It's really just feeling confident, right? When you feel good, look good, and confident, you want to stay in that zone and energy, but when I have to keep going to press the timer, I'm breaking that every time. I want to just stay in that zone, kill it, and then review the photos afterwards. You know, maybe I might see a really cute pose that I did, and I want to adjust it a little bit, but then now I have to go click it, and then come back to it and try to get back into that same adjustment that I was trying to make. However, this method could be really good if you're trying to get just 1 or 2 quick photos with your friends or just by yourself. This might be the best option for that. Oh, David! Now for all these methods, I'm gonna have my assistant sample these methods as well. So you can see my assistant Lucero doing an awesome job sampling these and taking some cute photos for herself because she got this cute outfit on. She got some new docs as well. Lucero definitely has a lot less experience and time being in front of the camera. So I think this really shows too how these methods might apply to someone who's more shy, who hasn't been in front of the camera too much, but still want to get a really cute outfit photos for themselves. Going to the second method, this is a very interesting one. I feel like it's been brought to light by a lot of fashion YouTubers, Instagrammers, and now on TikTok as well.
My strategy for shooting my own photos is actually to not use the self-timer function on my camera and to instead just click record and take a video.
And then afterwards you can scrub through the photo frame by frame and then take a screenshot of the frame that you like. Now the best way to do this is to film on the highest quality possible on your phone. For me and my iPhone 12 Pro Max is the 4K and then at 60 frames per second. That's gonna give very clear images by frame as much as possible. And when I do stop at that one frame that I really like, screen capture is gonna be as high quality as possible. Now, as you see me on screen using this method, this is my first time trying this out. I really try to take advantage of the fact that it's a video and that I can use movement so that later on I can really pick and choose which frame that I want. This is a great method and I definitely think it's better than the first one, especially if you're trying to capture multiple photos at the same time. You don't want to keep going back. However, this does kind of go against my photography teachings and nature of being a photographer. Now, as a photographer, I was taught to have intention behind each of the photo that I take, and intention also is something that I talk about a lot on this channel. I honestly feel like everything in life is a lot more powerful and deeper when we put intention behind it. Even when you're deciding to try out some of these methods to go outside and take good photos, to have the intention to go out and learn and create something cool versus just saying, oh, let me just go half-ass and kind of do, like, try some of these methods. And then also posing with intention, not just kind of flopping your arms around, but you know, you might not be a master at posing at the moment, but trying to remember what you've learned from me or from somewhere else, maybe from another inspo photo, and being intentional about trying different things. You want to be more intentional about why you're capturing that versus, oh, let me see just what I can get. There's a term we use in the photography industry called shoot and pray. Shoot and pray is when the photographer just holds down on the shutter button and then it goes and then afterwards you look at all your photos and say, oh, let's hope and pray that I got one good shot from that. The term shooting and praying definitely doesn't have a positive connotation in the industry. If anything, it's quite negative, and mentors and coaches and whoever you're learning from will typically try to break that habit from you early on. It is a habit that a lot of beginner photographers get into because you feel like you don't want to miss anything, especially now that we're not shooting with film cameras. We have almost infinite. We can shoot 10,000 pictures on one camera. So in our mind, we're like, oh, why not? Why not just hold down and shoot and pray? By chance, I have to get something, right? That's a habit we try to break as soon as possible to really just have intention behind each photo that we take. And as a photographer and someone who's teaching everyone how to pose and have intention, I definitely would recommend the next method. Last but not least, the last method is the interval selfie timer. Like I said, this is my personal method of taking photos of myself. For this, we're gonna be using an app called Photo Timer Plus. I don't know if they have one for Android, but I'm sure that they're gonna have many alternatives as well. Basically what this app does is it's going to take a photo every 3 seconds for however many photos we want it to. We can also adjust the time in between each photos, so it can be 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. I personally stick to 3 seconds. Maybe if you're just starting out using this method for the first time, I might change that to 5 or 10 seconds. You might feel like you're in a rush if you're using this for the first time. You might feel a little panic. You're like, oh my gosh, what do I do? But I'm here to tell you that it is a-okay. No one is there to judge you. Yes, there's a timer going on, but I want you to just get into the habit of moving your body. This is going to help you move with intention between each photo. When it comes to posing and varying up your poses, we don't need to do some crazy different things to change up the pose. Many times all we need to do is just shift our body weight just a little bit. We might just change the angle a little bit and that already changes the pose. So when we are doing the method, I want you to intentionally move just one thing as you go through the timer. If you look at professional models in photo shoots, they're not gonna be just moving around like this. They click to the beat. If you watch something like America's Top Model, I'm sure you see the photographer just click, 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 and then the model just go boop, 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 boop. That's what I want you to get into the habit of practicing, and that's really going to help you learn about your body, learn about posing rather than just, oh, yeah, I'm sure I'll get something. This definitely is the more challenging way to go. You're going to be challenging yourself with this method more so than the second one, and maybe you don't want to challenge. Maybe you don't want to challenge yourself and grow in this way, you just want a cute outfit photo, then the second method is there for you. But if you're trying to grow as a photographer, if this is something you're interested in, if you want to learn how to pose, you want to learn more about just how to be a director of your photo shoot that you're doing, because this really is a little photo shoot that you're doing for yourself. You're being the director, you're being the stylist, you're being the photographer, you're being the cheerleader. This is the method that I recommend for you, especially if you're trying to do all of that, which is going to be really exciting. And I tell you, by the end, when you're looking at the photos, yes, you might have more photos where you're like, ooh, I didn't capture that the right way. But you're gonna get those photos where you know for sure, ooh, I intended my face to look that way. I intended to have that expression. I intended my fingers to be relaxed this way. And you're gonna be feeling really good for yourself because you had intention and purpose behind that photo and you said, I photographed that, versus you just kind of flowing through whatever and saying, ah, I just screenshotted it. Hope you lovely people enjoyed this video. If you did, please do share with someone else who you think will learn from this, and comment and share and like. because that's gonna help with the algorithm. And I'm working hard. I'm working really hard on YouTube, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. I put a lot more production and thought and idea and planning into this, and I'm really excited for it. If you want to see other videos that I've done about posing and photography, here they are. And I'll see you next Thursday. Stay beautiful and fabulous.
Nice.